Digon tweeting out, spent an hour with Gen.G CEO Arnold. We talked the early stages of the organization, the construction of 2025 roster with Ruler and Chovy, quantifying success with sky-high expectations. I actually know both of these guys well. I think Arnold is probably one of the smartest CEOs in esports, and I think what he's done with Gen.G in the brand and like supporting businesses around Gen.G are really, really cool. So I'm kind of excited for this interview.
Right after we lost at World, 2 days after, he was playing again and practicing, taking a rest, like what's going on? And I talked to him about how he felt and all these things. And the one thing that like really stood out to me was he said he just hates losing so much that after he loses and he can't even watch the stream live because his like stomach hurts. That's how much he hates losing. His body physically rejects losing, right? And he kind of like uses that to like fuel his drive. Yeah. And he loves winning too, right? Don't get me wrong, but he has that mentality. That's something that I really admire about him.
What a lot of players go through after like big loss, or especially after the last loss of the season, is many of them kind of think about two things. They're either thinking about the past, which is what are the things that went wrong? What could I have changed about myself? What different things that could have happened? Like, could a coach have done something else? Could have had a better player? Could we have picked a different champion? There's a lot of things that are going through a player's head that is like, what could have changed to make this outcome different? I think the other perspective is they're now thinking about the future. They're thinking, what does my offseason look like? Am I going to be on the same team? What kind of players are I going to be surrounded by next year, right? Like, there are players who focus a lot on the future. I think there are very few players who liked sticking with the present, because I think the present after a loss is probably the most painful. It's really, really hard to think about where you are. It's hard to relive it. It just feels awful. Your brain, your body like repels what is happening in the present because you want to solve never feeling like this again. So most people do one of those two things. They either look at the past and try to be like, these are the things that I could have done differently, or they think about the future and they're thinking, this is the stuff that I'm going to do. And that's how a lot of players kind of like resolve within themselves. And these are the players who are good. These are the players who are exceptional, because they're still thinking about what's next. I think the difference between the players who have this kind of crazy drive and the people who don't have the drive is you just know when the people don't have that drive anymore. After a big loss, they are completely gone and checked out. And I'm not saying that it's not healthy to go check out and take a break before kind of doing your next thing. I think the period after a loss is super important because there's like a lot of reflection you need to do. You need to like sit with what happened. You need to kind of figure things out before you kind of take your break. And so the players who go instant vacation after a loss versus the people who take a few weeks to try to figure things out and set themselves up, that's kind of like the difference between a good player versus an exceptional player.